Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, September 26, 2022. This is the Sip Stack on Substack, read by myself, author Ryan Cipriani. And today's edition is part of the 5 Essential Tools Every Writer Needs series. Today we're talking about the MLA Handbook. There is something about Tuesdays that has always felt like a rush of panic and chaos. I think if Tuesday had an alignment, it would definitely be chaotic neutral. I'll argue that Wednesday is lawful neutral. It just kind of has to happen whether it wants to or not. And Friday is clearly chaotic good. Saturday's probably neutral good, but Tuesdays have just an undefined chaos to them. Maybe it's because it's the day of the week most people hit their productivity stride, so they schedule just a withering hail of corporate meetings on them. Whatever it is, I am less of a fan of Tuesday as time goes on. There is nothing I can do about Mondays, but Tuesdays are slowly earning my wrath. Anyway, now that I've waxed poetic about the alignment of the days of the week for far too long, how about we get into today's newsletter? The MLA Handbook. Why do I need it? Look, I'm going to be honest. I have a harder time making an argument for the MLA Handbook than the AP Style book, and if you read yesterday's article and can only choose one piece of reference material, pick the AP Style book. However, when it comes to the absolute authority on how to format research papers, nonfiction prose, and anything where you cite references or outside contributors, you 100% without question need the MLA Handbook. Heck, even if you're a strictly creative writer, you will almost certainly find value in the book sections on the mechanics of prose. Whereas the AP Style book gives quick clarifications on how certain punctuations are to be deployed correctly, the MLA Handbook devotes entire sections to the topic. I can't think of a book that I disliked more in high school English that I have somehow come around to leaning on in my modern writing career. If your writing is a house, the MLA Handbook is the blueprint and instruction manual. It is not a particularly interesting read. I do, in fact, sometimes come across just interesting little nuggets in the AP Style book. But it is like having your honors English teacher over your shoulder at all times. You're gonna learn from it. Okay, but is it really essential to all writers? Look, probably not. Again, if you have to choose a formatting and reference guide, I think the AP Style book is probably more broadly applicable to more kinds of writers. However, if you are in the business of writing any kind of content or articles that are research driven, you're going to need this book. The audience for which this guide is truly essential is narrower, but those of you who need it are going to need it. If any part of your career path is geared towards publication in journals, the MLA Style is the most widely accepted methodology for formatting. Formatting for research journals or professional papers is sort of like learning a different language, and having the guidebook on how to construct those works is essential. Plus, this book fills the knowledge gaps that might be left out in advanced English classes. If you're a student especially who feels like there are grammatical rules you're missing or understanding, the MLA Handbook is probably an excellent resource for you. So I can get a past edition for cheaper like the AP thingy, right? Bad news here. You probably won't want to on this one. The thing is, MLA Style is occasionally updated, and when it is, you want to be sure that you are using absolutely the most current formatting. Now that's the bad news. The good news is that MLA Style is updated very infrequently. Even the most persnickety of writers don't want to learn a new formatting style every 12 months. They're on the 9th edition, and the book has been around for 40 years, so you should get 4 to 5 good years out of each edition before needing to update. Plus, at the time of this writing, the 9th edition is only about a year and a half old, so it still has a long part of its lifespan still to go. The differences between it and the 8th edition are pretty stark, so if you have the means, definitely get the 9th. Now that said, no one's stopping you from getting a used version of the 9th edition. In fact, you can probably find some used editions at your local college bookstore. Almost any city college, community college, or state university will likely have a few copies on hand. All right, that's all for today, everyone. As always, be excellent to each other. Put good things into the world. Create for the sake of creating. And don't try and write just right. Just write. All of those things and more. I'm going to go try and figure out if mainlining coffee is just a thing that people say or if it can actually be safely done. It's just a thing people say, right? Right. Right? Right. I shouldn't try it. You know what? How about tea today, Sip? Tea is probably a much safer choice. We'll see you all tomorrow.